An iPhone 17 versus Google Pixel 10 showdown won't happen officially until later this year, once both anticipated phones hit the market. But when it does happen, expect a battle on multiple fronts. Apple and Google typically slug it out to rank among the best camera phones, with Apple's iPhone 16 currently getting the better of Google Pixel 9. Google might mix it up by adding another camera lens to the back of its entry-level flagship, while Apple is tipped to upgrade the front camera on this year's phones. On the software front, Apple continues to roll out its Apple Intelligence features, though Google enjoys a multi-year head start with its built-in AI tools. An iOS 19 software update could potentially deliver more refinements to Apple's AI to the iPhone 17, but the Pixel 10 is expected to gain new AI capabilities of its own from upgraded silicon. All told, it's shaping up to be a very interesting comparison between these two phones based on the rumors we've heard so far. Our iPhone 17 versus Google Pixel 10 overview takes a look at how the standard smartphone models from Apple and Google figure to match up ahead of their expected release later on in 2025. iPhone 17 versus Google Pixel 10. Price and availability. Assuming both Apple and Google stick to last year's release schedule, we can anticipate an iPhone 17 versus Google Pixel 10 showdown for the fall. That's a safe assumption in Apple's case, as the company has ushered in its new iPhones like clockwork every September in recent save for a pandemic-fueled delay in 2020. Google's release schedule is a bit trickier to predict. Prior to the Pixel 9, Google always released its flagship phones in October, around the same time that a new version of Android debuted. But the Pixel 9 launch moved ahead a couple months to August 2024, and rumors suggest that's going to be a permanent switch, especially since Android 16 will already be out by then. When it comes to price, there's a rumor that the price of some iPhone 17 models could go up, though it's unclear if that would impact the price of the $799 entry-level model. There's better news on the Pixel 10 front, with a rumor suggesting Google will stick with a $799 starting price after increasing the cost of the Pixel 9 by $100 last year. iPhone 17 versus Google Pixel 10. Design and display. Both the iPhone 17 and Pixel 10 should look a lot like their immediate predecessors. That's a bit of a surprise in the case of the Pixel 10 since the recently released Pixel 9a dropped Google's recognizable horizontal camera bar for a smaller pill-shaped cutout that sits practically flush against the back of the phone. However, leaked CAD renders and a rumored Pixel 10 case both show this year's Google flagship with the same horizontal camera bar featured on the Pixel 9. That bar doesn't quite stretch the length of the phone, ending with rounded corner that stop just at the edge. While iPhone 17 Pro renders indicate that Apple may develop a horizontal camera cutout of its own, the standard model should continue to feature two vertically aligned cameras on its back. The only question is whether Apple sticks with the oval array found on the iPhone 16 or adopts a more rectangular box for its rear lenses. We expect the two phones to retain the same screen sizes as their predecessors, a 6.1-inch panel in the case of the iPhone 17 and a 6.3-inch screen for the Pixel 10. However, Apple's phone may see a rather significant display improvement, as the iPhone 17 may finally adopt the adaptive refresh rate that's been limited to Pro models for the last few years. That means the iPhone 17 could ramp up its refresh rate to 120 Hz for smoother scrolling. The Pixel 9 can already do that, of course, though its refresh rate can only scale between 60 Hz and 120 Hz. Google's Pro phones have a more extensive 1 to 120 Hz range, so we're curious to see if Google continues the distinction with the Pixel 10 lineup. That's all for today. Until next time, techies, stay curious, stay informed, subscribe my channel. Bye for now.